suddenly Utah State started to hit shots, and Utah State wiped out a 16-point deficit, got the thing to within one, and had possession at the end of the game, had 2 shots in the final 2 seconds. And San Diego State's defense closed them off, and they won it. It's impressive to me that the Aztecs have gone 19-5, but it's been a scuffle to go 19-5. But let's give them credit. They're doing it on the road. They have beaten all these guys on the road, were the toughest places to play in the conference. And one of the reasons I think the Mountain West has become such a really good basketball conference is the transfer portal. Everybody's got talent, John. Everybody wants to go play immediately. So now I will look at playing at Colorado State. Or where's Logan, Utah? I'll go play for the Aggies because I can play immediately. I think the transfer portal has changed the whole conference, and now you got 5 teams at the top that are all pretty good. Only concern I have about the Aztecs, and it doesn't sound right to say, how could you be critical? They're 19-5. Their offense is really spotty. You just never know what you're going to get from the 3 guards on a night-to-night basis. You know, Matt Bradley had a great first half at Utah State, and then kind of really disappeared, gotten absolutely nothing from the other 2 guards. I mean, Butler has just struggled with any form of consistency, and the same thing happened to the transfer guard from Seattle. So they're not a complete team right now, but they are finding ways to win in the most hostile environments, which to me sounds like it's a formula that they'll grind their way to victories. It might not be what it's used to be. But when they play a neutral court in a tournament in Las Vegas, there is no home court advantage for anybody. So I think San Diego State will excel. So, but for them to win at Utah State in just a brutal environment, that was pretty impressive.
I mean, that game last night, I was exhausted at the end of the game because they had all the problems with the play clock. You know, the shot clock kept going out. I think it went out 4 different times.
Yeah, you had the technical foul crisis.
Yeah, there were 5 technicals. 3 guys got ejected, including Darrion Trammell, who, according to, I went to the KSL.com website for Salt Lake, and they said that Trammell had an below the belt, cheap shot. And that's what triggered it. But you go back and look at the video, you don't see any of that.
Well, I didn't see the cheap shot. I saw the shove as they were arguing.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, you just have to control your emotion in a hostile environment. And that was really hostile because those fans up at Utah State are as crazy as the show down here. I mean, it was electric. But you just have to draw the line. I don't care what happens, who says what. I'm not stepping over the line to get myself ejected. It could have cost them the game. But Matt Bradley came back and saved him. The bigs really played well defensively. That saved him. So I just think the Aztecs, although it's not pretty, they just continue to win these games in really tough road environments. And this started way back in the non-conference schedule early when they were in Maui. Mm-hmm. Those were really rugged games to play against highly rated Arizona and what they did in the fist fight with Arkansas and all that. So Aztecs are playing well. They're not playing as a complete team, but they're gonna get it done. They'll be in the NCAA and they'll be seeded, and then we'll see as February turns to March what they can do when the curtain goes up on March Madness.
Yeah, Jaden Ledee looked really good last night too. He had a double-double, if I recall. And they're bigs. Yeah, it's funny. Mensa didn't really. He had a great night against. Was a couple of games ago. Yeah. He was terrific, but then last night he kind of disappeared. So the Aztecs always seem to find a way. It's a different guy steps up, or it's a rebounding night, or they get on the get the offensive boards. It's always something different each night, and I think that's a recipe for success when they get to the postseason.
Especially when you're not playing on a hostile environment. You play in neutral courts, it'll be just a very, very different atmosphere.